All right, and welcome back to the back nine, George Sappenfield Disc Golf Course tournament coverage by Disco Throws. We got a pretty entertaining front nine, some pretty good scores, but the back nine's where the scoring really starts. It's a lot of short holes and tight lines, but the birdies are definitely there.
Yeah, definitely a very scoreable part of the course is the back nine. Looks like through 9 holes, we had Levi Kinley at 7 down, Luke Seeley at 6 down, Stephen Roosevelt at 5 down, John Cooley at 5 down, and it just kind of dwindles down from there.
Yeah, scores are pretty tight, and we'll see where this round takes us.
See what everybody's made of.
Alrighty, starting off on hole 10. It's a par 3, 252 feet. Kind of coming down off this hill out into the big field here. Pretty straight shot. The only thing you really got to worry about is hitting that gap to get out into the field. Typically a headwind coming off the field, so got to throw something with enough stability to not turn over. We got Levi throwing just what looks like it's going to be just a backhand, just trying to get out the gap. And he does that. Just a little bit low.
Yeah, most people here are going to be throwing putters. You'll see some mid-ranges too, but you really don't need much disc here on this one because it's downhill.
Yeah, the elevation change definitely makes it play a lot shorter than 252 feet.
Hey, where you going, buddy?
Will just not enough stability there, just turns it over a little bit. It's pin high, it's just kind of off to the right. Just never finished back to the left. Tyler looking to make that correction, throw something with enough stability. That's a great looking shot from Tyler. Should be a pretty easy birdie.
This is the less traditional route. The sidearm, definitely a more demanding shot, but it looks like he executed well.
Yeah, and Levi's drive, again, was just a little bit low. Didn't have the height to carry all the way to the pin. So he's left with a long look at 2.
All these guys should have some sort of stab at it.
Yeah, and Levi just kind of giving it a floaty bid just to kind of secure the par, excuse me. And again, Will's just turned over just a bit too much. Got actually a little bit past the basket, but and a great look at birdie there.
Great effort.
Just off the cage for his 2. Tyler looking to cash the birdie, and he does, getting him under par.
Turning his round around pretty quick here.
Oh, the celebration there from Tyler. You got to love the sportsmanship.
Absolutely.
Levi tapping in his par. No harm, no foul there from Levi. Aaron with the park job with the forehand. You don't see that a lot. And Will also tapping in his par. And that'll do it for hole 10.
Okay, hole 11, par 3, 263 feet. This is another one that the creek comes back into play if you go deep on the right side. Most people won't actually make it to the water, but it's definitely back there, so you got to be careful. You'll see a lot of sidearm hyzers here, and then some backhand turnovers with a little guardian tree there at the end.
Yep, and the putting green opens up a lot once you get to it. The danger of the water is early as opposed to late. And Tyler throwing the shot that you were just talking about, just the big hyzer, trying to get up there. It was a little bit short and caught one of the limbs.
Yeah, that's the mistake you'll see a lot. It is just a little too much height and it gets struck right down.
Yep. But he should have an open look at 2 at least. Aaron definitely giving it the width here. Just gets down, kind of right at that little ridge right before the basket. And Levi also lining up the sidearm here. Just Just making sure he swings it wide. Looks like he did. And hits the tree right in front of the basket. Kind of rolls out just a little bit.
Looks like Will's going to be throwing that turnover shot I was talking about. It's a very touchy shot, but executed just right, it'll take you straight to the basket.
Yeah, little low. If he just had a little more height, it would have turned a little closer to the basket, but still have a good look at his two. This is Tyler from outside of circle one. Drains the
Very
two.
good putt.
Great putt there by Tyler.
He's starting to feel it now. You can see his energy is definitely turning around.
Yeah, kind of shaking off those tournament jitters. Levi having to straddle around this. Able to do so pretty easily. Nice two there from Levi.
Another good putt.
Getting him to 8 down for the round. Aaron kind of working around the other side of the tree that you just saw Levi. Just kind of looks like he short-armed it a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of commitment issues there, I believe, but he's a strong putter. He'll bounce back quick.
Yeah, he'll have an easy par putt as you see Will drill the birdie.
It's definitely a good birdie for the backhand. It's quite a bit touchier, I believe.
Yeah, it's definitely more technical shot than just the forehand hyzer. And Aaron cleaning up his par there on hole 11. All right, and that brings us to hole 12. It's a par 3, 145 feet. It's just straight up the hill. You got a huge backstop with this hill running up behind the basket. You just can't miss left, you can't miss right. Should be a pretty easy hole.
Yeah, this is personally my favorite hole on the course because it's just so tempting to run the ace, and that's probably what you'll see all these guys trying to do.
Yeah, and it's a safe ace run at that. Tyler. Yeah, and that's the smart tournament play. Just throw it right into the ground and let it slide up right under the basket.
Yeah, the ground definitely makes it kind of funnel to the basket no matter which side you land on.
Yep. Levi looking to do the same thing. This leaks out a little bit early, and he's gonna have a little bit of a difficult putt for his birdie.
There are some trees up toward the basket if you leak off left, so he might have to contend with that a little bit.
Will asking it to get up, but that is fine. That slides up right up against the basket also. Be an easy two for Will. Aaron again going with the non-traditional sidearm here, but this looks to be pretty good. Asking for the ace.
He definitely has good control with that sidearm. He knows exactly how to throw it.
Yeah, and Levi's actually got up here a little bit further than it looked like.
Okay, so he's not in the trees. So.
No, and that's an easy birdie for Levi. Getting him to 9 down.
He's definitely feeling it.
Yeah, he's off to a hot start. This is a easy birdie for Aaron. Also, we got tap-in birdies coming from Tyler and Will. Looking like we're going to get our first star frame of the tournament for the feature card. And there it is, star frame.
There it is. Okay, hole 13. It's par 3, 179 feet. Potentially the hardest hole on the course, in my opinion. It is definitely a tricky one. A lot of people are going to be throwing sidearms real high, just trying to spike through and land up there at the basket. But there's a bunch of trees in the way, so.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough two to get, but it's a good one to get if you can get it. And Tyler just throwing a big spike, catches some limbs and just drops it straight down in the fairway. That'll be a long look at 2, but more than likely an easy 3.
It's a fortunate kick straight down, though. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
get in trouble real quick on this hole.
Yeah, if that comes down on an angle and rolls. Levi also going to forehand. Also clipped some limbs, but that looked to push up there inside circle 1. He should have a relatively good look at birdie. You got Will here throwing the turnover backhand. And this fight's all the way through. Kind of almost gives it an ace run, just a little bit wide. That's a great
Absolutely.
great backhand shot there.
The backhand route definitely brings extra danger in. You can kick left off the backhand and it can get ugly.
And Aaron also going with the forehand up here. Kind of up there right next to Levi's. We could see 3 birdies on this hole. Doesn't happen often.
Yeah, that's pretty unheard of.
Yeah, and Tyler, that's just a tough putt coming straight up the hill. Should be a easy par tap in for Tyler. This is Will connecting on his 2.
Yeah, like you said, that's a great 2 to get.
Yeah, especially with the backhand. It's very, very touchy.
Good birdie by Levi. Say this is the hardest birdie for a 179-foot hole I've ever played.
Yeah, it's a very touchy line, and there's a lot of limbs you got to deal with. And the height definitely brings the danger in. Another great 2 from Aaron, getting him to 4 down on the round. And Tyler kind of a little bit of a sketchy par putt, but
yeah,
gets it done.
Not ideal, but it did the trick.
Yeah. All right, we got hole 14. It's a par 3, 155 feet. It's a really short hole, but it's pretty tight. You just have to miss that first tree off the tee pad and then just kind of try to land something right here in front of this little ridge and let the disc kind of slide up to the basket.
This is another one you'll see a lot of ace runs on because there's no real danger.
Yeah.
You just want to stay clean in the fairway, and you've pretty much always got a birdie look at it.
Yeah, as long as you can just hit this gap off the tee, which Levi does, that just hits right on the ridge and slides kind of right up into circle 1.
And that'll be just fine.
We got Will here looking to do the same thing. Yep. And that'll be all right too. Should be a good look at birdie for Will. Looks like Aaron's going with the thumber play here. Or was that a tomahawk?
I believe that was a thumber. That's definitely not the traditional play, but it seemed to work out.
Flared up there nicely. He should have a good look at it.
Oh my God.
Oh. And Tyler just hitting that first tree. That's the only tree to beat.
That's the one you got to miss, but
it's there. It's right in front of you.
Yeah. As you can see, you can still get your par on this hole.
Yeah, and that was a great upshot by Tyler to save par. That'll be easy tap in. Great birdie putt from Aaron here on hole 14. He's starting to pick up the pace.
Yeah, I think he's starting to field it himself.
He's going to have a hard time catching Levi if Levi just keeps parking everything, though.
Yeah. No sign of slowing down.
That birdie will get Levi to 11 down through 14. And Will's starting to catch fire, too. He's all the way up to 6 down. Tyler taking his par and moving on.
Yeah,
Tyler says he ruins another star frame.
He's in good spirits, though.
Yeah. All right, we got hole 15. It's a par 3, 201 feet. It's pretty straight corridor all the way down and then just finishes a little bit right to the basket.
There's definitely a lot of trouble you can get in with this hole. You need to stay in the fairway for sure.
Yeah, early is really thick and long is also thick, but Levi looks to have thrown a great little forehand around the corner, and that should slide up inside the circle.
Yeah, as long as you make it around that corner, you've usually got some kind of look.
Yeah, and Will, again, going with the traditional kind of turnover backhand. Just catches it a little early, kicks it off into the left. That's going to be a scramble for par for Will. Aaron going with the sidearm around the corner. That should be fine. Tyler also looking for the sidearm. Just turns it over just a little bit. He's going to be kind of over there in the woods near Will, looking to just kind of save their par.
Yeah, and as you can see, it gets thick really fast over here, and most time you just have to pitch out.
Yeah, and this is a par at best for Tyler here. It's not a lot that he has. It's a great out, though. He gets it all the way up there, goes right under the basket, That'll be an easy par for Tyler. Let's see if Will can do the same. And he caught kind of the last little tree up there. Well, Levi's must have caught something right around the corner. I thought his was going to be in the circle. Just a little step, floaty, putt, trying to save par for Levi.
Yeah, definitely with his round, not trying to risk any bogeys of any sort.
Yeah, 11 down through 14 holes that he'd played. He can afford a par. Oh, and Will's par save just comes a little bit high right off the band. That'll be a drop stroke for Will there. Aaron looking to cash the birdie, and he does. And that'll tie. Actually, he'll leapfrog Will with Will taking a bogey, and he cashes in the birdie. Tap in par for Levi. Tap in par for Tyler. Great save by Tyler. Unfortunately, Will, his par putt was just a little high. Take a bogey.
Hole 16, par 3, 186 feet. There's a few different routes you can take here. There's a sidearm route that you're seeing the camera go down right now. It plays very fast of a green, so you definitely want to come in slow, or there's a hyzer backhand route.
Yeah, and you see Aaron taking this sidearm route that you were talking about, just kind of right up the gut. Oh, and kicks off a tree, nearly aces it with the assistance from the tree. Levi trying to replicate that to get to 12 down. Just a little low from Levi. He's going to have a long jump putt at his two.
You have to give it a little bit of a flex to keep it from being just such a straight, fast shot.
Yeah, and Tyler just kind of gets a little turned over again. He's going to have a long look at birdie from circle 2. Will going with the hyzer route that you were talking about. It feeds it kind of right to the basket, as Will's shot does. Just absolute park job from Will. It's a great shot. Tyler's got a long look at birdie.
Absolutely great putt. He just crushed that one.
Drills it from circle 2, running it in.
He is really starting to feel it now.
Yeah, he's starting to catch fire. It's a great putt by Tyler. We're going to get a disco slow-mo replay here.
Disco slow-mo.
Just right in the center. Never had a chance to not go in.
Yeah. Full commitment. He meant that putt.
100%. Running it down with the LeBron celebration right at the end. Starting to come to life. Let's see if Levi can do the same. Just a floaty high bid right off the band. Starting to roll. Okay, it sat down. That'll be a par for Levi.
Yeah, good thing that one sat down, because the walkway to the next hole is right there, and it could go a long ways.
Yeah. Okay, a little showboat here from Aaron. Tap in birdie.
Think he would teach me how to do that?
Probably not. Levi with his par, and Will also tapped in his birdie right before Aaron. So we had 3 birdies and a par there. The entire card gaining a stroke on Levi.
Okay, hole 17. It's a par 3, 190 feet. This is a tough one. It's straight to the basket, but you have to stay in the fairway. Do not hit a tree. Don't go long. It's pretty much just park it, and if not, you are going to be struggling.
Yeah, and the whole fairway kind of just slopes down to the left, down a really steep hill, so right is the miss here. And Aaron just pipes his forehand right down the middle, gets a little flare, straight up in the air. That's parked. That'll be a birdie for Aaron. Tyler going with the backhand here. Just really have to commit to this shot and not let it finish early.
Like you said, with the slope off to the left, it really brings extra danger in for the backhand.
Yep, and Tyler's just catching that tree, kicks it over to the right side of the fairway. He'll still have an open look, but it's a long look. Will also attacking this with a backhand. A little bit low, but slides it on up there. He's on right at inside the edge of circle, it looks like. Levi, oh, brutal kick for Levi.
A little bit surprising to see Levi throw a backhand there. He has a really good sidearm.
Wow, and Levi's kicked all the way through the wood line out here into this field. He's having to punch back through the wood line just to get down there to where he can have a putt at it.
I've never actually seen one get this far out.
Neither have I. He punches through. Looks like it gets all the way through, but it also looked like it kind of picked up and rolled down the hill a little bit. He's going to have a really long look to save his par. Tyler giving it a good bid from the fairway after hitting that tree. And this is where Levi's...
oh, wow, he's way down there.
Yeah, this is where he got to. He's got from a knee, just trying to save par and not drop a stroke.
Wow.
Wow, just drills it. It's nice, slow, floaty.
That's incredible.
Right in the middle.
Camera don't do this one justice. That is a steep, steep hill.
That's a long putt. Let's get another disco slow-mo replay here.
My favorite, disco slow-mo.
The more the merrier with the slow-mos. As you can see, just floaty, was just tracking the whole time, never had a chance to not go in.
Yeah, fully committed. That is a really good putt.
Chasing it down, gives the basket a little slap here at the end, says, "Thanks, pal." We got Will here for his birdie after it just kind of slid up right inside the circle.
Another good birdie for sure.
Yeah, that birdie will get Will to 7 down. 4 strokes back of Levi. Aaron also looking to tap in to get to 8 down.
Aaron definitely always takes his time with his putts. Don't want to force any errors that are not needed.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Just making sure you secure the birdie. Tyler also tapped in for his par. And we're moving on to hole 18. All right, hole 18, par 3, 204 feet. It's pretty significantly uphill. Probably plays more like 250 or so. But it's wide open. It's up there. There's only one tree to contend with if you're going with the forehand, but the traditional play here is just the backhand hyzer, get it close, and one of the easier birdies on the course.
Another one of those that's a safe ace run, so you'll see a lot of people just trying to throw this one in.
Aaron going with the sidearm here. Yeah, he puts that well inside circle one. That'll be a birdie, and that'll get him to 9 down for the round.
Okay, it looks like Will's throwing the backhand hyzer shot here.
Come on, Rock.
Asking it to come back. This is Rock again. Came back. He'll have an easy birdie putt. Maybe a little bit long. But he still should have a pretty good look at it. Tyler also throwing the backhand hyzer, asking it to go. A little bit short, but...
That was more of the direct line, not as big of a spike hyzer you see from some of the other guys.
Yeah, Levi likes to throw a really big hyzer here. He says it slipped out. It's a little bit early. Finishes left and short of the basket. But they'll all have a look at it. It's an open hole.
They're all putting.
All right, we got Will. He's first to act up here. Looking to close off the round with a birdie. Just off the band. Downhill putt. That's easy to do. Leave it high. All right, this putt for birdie will be to get Levi to 12 down on the round. And shout out to my guy in the background, Alan Ryder, getting his dance moves in on camera. Levi thanking the basket again. What a courteous gentleman he is.
And Aaron knocking down the birdie putt.
Aaron getting to 9 down for the round. He'll be 3 strokes back of Levi. And Will tapping out his par. And then Tyler also looking to close his round with the easy birdie, and he does. And that will do it for the back 9 of round 1. Let's get a kind of a review of the lead card here.
Definitely seeing these guys come to life on the back 9 here.
Yeah, we got Levi with a hot round, 12 down. Aaron lit it up on the back nine,
For sure.
closing the gap on Levi. All right, in the round one final scores, standings here, we got Levi at 12 down, Luke Seeley and Taylor Richardson right on his heels, tied for second at 11 down. John Cooley and Aaron tied at 9 down, Stephen Roosevelt 8, Will at 7, and it kind of just keeps on trickling down.
Yeah, it looks like round two could be anybody's game here.